So welcome. I'm Grisha, as I already told you. Yeah. So during my design research, I discovered that a lot of volunteer work companies and organizations, they have the same kind of logo, the same kind of image. And I could give you, for example, an example like holding hands or people holding each other together, and it all looks really dramatic, kind of. And I thought, okay, dramatic, kind of cliche, and it was something that I really didn't want to represent, because what are we actually doing here together? We're here to establish something new. It's a new concept, new idea that is actually becoming quite huge in the Netherlands, as the introduction told us. So that's what really made me think. And also during the presentation, the introduction 2 weeks ago, take a seat, don't worry. You're taking my place now. No, I'm just kidding. No. But so I was really thinking about the idea that it's really it's a new idea, which is well, I'm repeating myself here, but just a second. I'm a little bit nervous. It's okay, right? Okay. Oh, okay.
Breathe.
Yeah, and during the introduction, some of you, together with Tommy as well, we were talking about a concept that represents a new beginning, a new start, and it was also discussed by all the three groups, and that made me kind of think, and it was kind of idea back in my head that continuously repeated itself. So I decided not to make something that already has been done, and to make a new logo, if it will work.
Nice try.
Okay, doesn't matter. So. Yeah. I decided to keep it simple. I decided to make a typographic logo. Typographic means using text, of course. So this, I was thinking about the connection and the dynamics of the dynamic representation. It's about mixing cultures, mixing people together, and by using these graphical elements, the stripes I mean, it really comes together and holds together these three words, Aan de Slag. And there will be, as a part of a logo and a house style, I decided to, this is just an example of 3 pictograms that will accompany the logo itself. So there probably will be more as the project would continue the development. And well, as you see, this is a social activity, for example, like working in a let's say bejaardentehuis, how do you say, or elderly home, of course, and or green projects, or maybe it's just a party and you have the flags to represent it. A party, as what I mean is an evenement, different kinds of events, which could look like this, as an example of a poster or a flyer. Just take a second to look at it. And of course, Aan de Slag.nl is just an example to, it probably already exists, but
it can be, it is.
Yeah,
it does.
But it could be a different website. And of course, another example of of the region. Let's say Aan de Slag is in Utrecht, Amsterdam, whatever, 25 regions. You could just name it by placing it under the logo. Next slide. Of course, you could use, for example, a log, and this is how it should look like. Also, Facebook page could be interesting as a part, of course, of the project to get more and more people to volunteer on this project. And of course, the T-shirt. I think that was one of the most important things that were mentioned during the introduction. And I have also a white version. And of course the pins or stickers, you can imagine. So basically, this was my presentation.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.